chance to get it for the lowest price it's ever been. This Black Friday, the viral liver health supplement is 40% off plus 15% off every recurring order. We've never done this before. Dose's powerful formula is backed by 2 rigorous clinical studies, which is why thousands trust Dose to support their liver, energy, and metabolism every single day. You could be paying only $2.25 daily for a delicious shot that packs the potency of 17 cold-pressed turmeric shots in one. Once it's gone, it's gone. So get our biggest offer ever now. It's only available for a limited time.
Confession. I miss Big Law. When I launched my own law firm, I was in shambles. I had no junior associates to delegate to, no partners to supervise my work. But wait, I'm partnering with Adobe Acrobat to show you how I turned my imposter syndrome around. The assignment: our client, an AI startup, wants the most up-to-date legal guidance on intellectual property issues in generative AI. In Big Law, this is where I'd ask a junior associate to help me research everything, but I can't do that. Enter Adobe Acrobat Studio. With PDF spaces, I can collect PDFs, web pages, notes, and more, and turn them into custom
Check, 1, 2, check.
People together like never before.
It's a beautiful hometown weekend out there. We've got
Your local stations keep you informed and involved with music, talk shows, and real-time news updates you can trust. We are live and local. We are America's broadcasters, connecting you to what matters most. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress to support your local radio stations.
Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month, and you may text STOP to STOP.
This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
We are CRN. Stay tuned. We're live in 3 minutes. We're live in 2 minutes. We are CRN. Stay tuned. We're live in 1 minute. "30 seconds until showtime. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Look at you go. The one-trip grocery champ. Snooze button resistor. Master sock magic. We know the daily grind can be tough, but amidst the hustle, we see you conquer it all. And at Scooter's Coffee, we believe it's the little wins that deserve some big moments of joy. So go on, embrace that tiny triumph. You master parallel Parker you. Take that victory lap and savor the sweet taste of success. Scooter's Coffee, you didn't just order it, you earned it.
Vinson's Pub+Eatery on 800 East Main Street has been a go-to destination for the Clayton Comets community and everybody of Seatown. Vinson's Pub and Eatery takes care of all of your food and beverage needs for weekly specials, appetizers, burgers, sandwiches, the entrees, the Vinson special salads. Hey, you like the desserts? I do too. Side desserts, delicious beverages from soda products, sweet tea, and yes, even your adult beverages. Big screen televisions cover all the action with your favorite sporting events. And the home of Comets Football Weekly every Tuesday night for Vinson's Pub and Eatery. 800 East Main Street. Tell them the Community Radio Network sent you. Vinson's Pub and Eatery. Good food, good fun, and go Comets! Dubby Energy provides high-quality energy drinks with a blend of natural ingredients, ensuring a clean and effective energy boost without the crash later or even the jitters. Dubby Energy is committed to helping individuals stay energized and perform at their best. When you need to have a little energy boost without all the lag or fatigue, let Dubby Energy take care of your body today. Use the promo code CRN for 10% off of your order every time. Dubby Energy.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent. We hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
Since 2018, CRN, proud to be the voice of the Clayton Comets. The following is an exclusive broadcast presentation of the Community Radio Network. We are CRN.
Well, it is a Wednesday instead of a Tuesday as usual, but we want to thank everybody from Vinson's Pub and Eatery, from Angie Woodard and Caroline and all the amazing staff for the hospitality. As always, it is the regional football edition of Comets Football Weekly, and we have got a great guest lineup tonight. Tonight, joining me as always, Coach Scott Chadwick. Robbie Worrell is in the house. He's one of our radio callers on CRN for the game on Thursday night. Kim Winslow, our lead All-State sideline reporter, and we preview Cardinal Gibbons in less than 24 hours' time, that game to determine who goes to run for a state championship. It culminates in Raleigh against the Crusaders and the Comets. And we, of course, get the thoughts in less than 24 hours' time with the coach, the mindset, getting ready for the quest to make a run at a state title, something that Clayton's not done since 1989. Strap in. It is Wednesday, December 3rd. Comets Football Weekly is about to get started right now.
Comets Country, it's time. Are you ready?
Hey, guys.
From football to basketball, baseball, softball, and lacrosse, and even volleyball to soccer, and so much more. From the diamond to the field and the court, it's time for Clayton Comets Athletics. And we are now on the air for broadcast coverage exclusively on CRN, the Community Radio Network.
I'm double tracking here. I'm looking at a monitor with the monitor and all that good stuff at one time. So when it's live, it's live. Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you. Vinson's Pub and Eatery. We got the coach. We got Robbie. Coach, 24 hours. You ready to go? That's ready so. As you want to be, right? I mean,
yeah.
This ain't been your first rodeo or dance, right?
Nah, considering we've kind of been forced into a short week. I think we're very ready, and these guys, if they just continue to do what we've done the last month or so, I think it'll be a good night for us.
We're trying to adjust our camera while we're talking with Robbie, and Kim's going to step up and help us out here. So I think we've got it now, right there where we're at. So we are live on our CRN YouTube channel. Coach Scott Chadwick, Robbie Worrell. Robbie, man, I know you're excited for this one, man. Obviously, what a season Clayton Comets football have had. I say this, and you've said it since Garner. Said it since Southeast Raleigh, for that matter, in October. Clayton controls their own destiny.
Yep.
And for the most part, Clayton has proven that they're not ready to go away.
Yeah, they've absolutely answered the bell. And they were challenged at Garner, falling down early, and then they buckled up at halftime, and then they said, you know what, this is what we want to do. This is where we want to go. Everything we want for the whole season is still in front of us. So even though we're down here, we've got another half to play in Garner game, and then you've got Southeast and Cleveland and all the other games that are coming, and then your 2 playoff games. Clayton has played absolutely lights out.
Yes,
they have 5 consecutive weeks, and it's been phenomenal to watch. To see how much the kids have even bought in even more, Coach. I know they buy in all year long, but to see the last 5 weeks and the way they've absolutely said, this is what I truly, truly want, and they're really reaching for it. And I think that that shows in the way they're doing on the field.
So the game was scheduled for Friday night due to the chance of weather, but me and the coach and Robbie were looking at the weather, and it looks like it's actually improving for Friday than what it was going to be. You can't mess with the Mother Nature, the weather gods. As somebody that works in the racing industry, I can tell you. So, but Coach, the probability looked worse yesterday. The decision was made last night to make a decision this morning to have kickoff be on Thursday night. How did that put a monkey wrench in things to get ready? But, I mean, that's also affecting Cardinal Gibbons as much as Clayton to get ready for a day early.
Yeah, I think, when you're going to play on Thursday earlier in the week, you have a plan for that, and you have your practice plan around it. It's a little bit different when you don't find out until, Tuesday night or Wednesday that you're going to play on Thursday. So, it altered our practice today a little bit different than it usually is. We kind of did a combined Wednesday, Thursday practice. We did more of what we would do on a Wednesday, but maybe at a little bit lighter pace than we usually do on a Wednesday, so we can be ready tomorrow. And I think we are. I think we're in a good spot.
Robbie, obviously a very big game. We talk about Clayton and this matchup tonight, for Comets Football Weekly and previewing this matchup. We got to look back to last week, though, right? Celebrate what we did last Friday. Final home game of the season before all of the amazing renovations and things happen at the new Nixon Fowler Stadium. But with that being said, it was a big, big win against, obviously, Southeast Raleigh, 35-21, beating the Bulldogs. I saw some posts on social media where they were talking about pulling out the belt and trying to whip Clayton and everything else, and it just didn't work. Hey, by the way, Clayton football is back on Instagram again. I can let everybody know that finally because I was looking at videos this afternoon, so that's really cool.
Yeah, it's
from the social media guy.
It's a bit of a sore subject. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah. Coach, last week, as you come into that, you had the internal motivation of the previous time you played them. You didn't play well. The kids know they didn't play well, and they had some things to fix. And I think that he really took advantage of that.
Yeah, I mean, I think there was definitely a little bit of motivation from the fact that they had beaten us the first time, but really the more motivation was we wanted to put ourselves in the regional final. Right. And it just so happened that Southeast Raleigh just happened to be the team we were playing. No matter who it would have been, the main goal was to beat the team in front of us to put ourselves in the regional final. That was the most important thing, whether it was Southeast Raleigh, whoever. I think the main thing with, Southeast Raleigh was, learning from, the things that we didn't do well the first time. And, we started to relive it there in the third quarter and turn the ball. It's crazy. We've had 10 turnovers the entire season, 10. And 4 of them have been in the third quarters of games versus Southeast Raleigh.
That's right. Yeah. That's right.
40% of our turnovers have come in the second half of games against Southeast Raleigh. And I think the difference was this time when it started to go down, we said, okay, we're not going to let this happen. And, really it was Aiden that said, hey, we're not going out like this.
Yeah. And that was something that we talked about at halftime. It was a pretty clean first half of football. And then, as I was going back to my memory bank as well, is that I think we jumped off sides again on defense 2 or 3 times. We had not done it in 5 games. we managed it very, very well. But like you said, the third quarter somehow or other it started to kind of snowball. And like you said, it took Aiden to say, you know what, I'm gonna put the team on the back. We're gonna go down, we're gonna score, and then we're gonna put this thing away. So I think it was really cool.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest play of the game was by a sophomore, Jaheim Stevenson, recovering that fumble on the punt, which was he actually made a great play to recover the ball before it got out of bounds. And then, and Aiden goes, 40 some yards on the next play and kind of let everybody take a deep breath there for a second. And, we benefited from some things. There's no doubt about it. I mean, they were missing some really, really key players when the game started and lost another one, during the game. So, sometimes it's like I always say, it's better to be lucky than good.
Congratulations are in order as well. Today was National Signing Day, and 3 of our Comet players have already committed to where they were going to go rather early. And obviously want to send a big congratulations to River Fiore, number 14 tight end. He is committed to North Carolina Central University. Obviously, Keyshawn Stansel is committed to the University of Miami, our defensive star, number 8. And, of course, Aiden Smalls, QB1, number 2, is committed to be an athlete for the NC State Wolfpack.
Yeah, they're not committed. They're signed now.
It's a done deal. They're signed. They're done. It's a done deal. Yes.
They're signed and
signed, sealed, delivered, as Stevie Wonder says. Right.
Real happy for those guys. Real proud of those guys. I mean, we talk about, River and Keyshawn, 2 guys that have grown up here and been a part of this program since I got here, and have been just, rocks of our success. And certainly no one has probably contributed more to our success in the last 2 years than Aiden has. So just some guys that I think have been a very big part of what we've achieved on the field, but also do a great job off the field of representing us. And I think it's also another testament to, where our program is. I mean, we continue to put guys, in the colleges, in this case, 2 more Power 5 guys. And certainly in Rivers' case, an opportunity to play, Division I football. And, we'll have quite a few more at the February signing day as well. So I don't think it's any secret that, if you are a college football level player, they're going to find you at Clayton.
Yeah, and that's one thing that has really stepped up. And for me, it was always about the February signing time. But now that they have the early signing day, it gets some kids off the radar a little bit, allows them to relax, for lack of a better word, to relax a little bit and focus if they are still in the playoffs and things like that. And there's not the swirling around of, hey, this or that. There's mixed feelings on the early signing day versus the February date. What are your thoughts on some of that?
Well, it changes constantly. This is, in my 25 years of doing this and spending time on the other side of the recruiting game, at the college level, this is the most unusual December ever because usually during December we are bombarded, with college coaches, and this is now a dead month for all of Division I, all of FBS football. It's dead. When they started the college football playoff, last year, especially when they went to 12. The teams involved in the playoff felt like they were getting cheated because they couldn't be out recruiting because they were busy trying to win playoff games.
Sure.
And so the NCAA said, it's not fair to penalize these teams that are playing in playoffs. So they made the whole month of December dead. And they backed up the December signing day, from like December. It used to be like around
the 12th, 15th, something. Yeah, middle of the month. Yep.
It's all the way back to now. So it's been a lot quieter week than I usually would have had this time of year. So now the FCS schools can start recruiting on Friday, I think.
Okay. Yeah. So and that's the big thing. When you look at the kids getting recruited, you've done an outstanding job of getting kids noticed here at Clayton, and that's a testament to what you do, not only as a coach but as a mentor to these young men. And teach them about life a little bit and things that go along the road. And because, as well as I do, a college recruiter is going to come onto campus. He's going to go to the grades first. He's going to go to the guidance office, and he goes, oh, well, let me go see this guy. And if the kids don't do it right in the classroom, if they don't do it right in the community,
right,
then like you say, they're going to go the opposite direction, and then they don't get that recruitment.
Well, I mean, the recruiting has changed dramatically with NIL and, now revenue sharing and all that stuff. But at its core, it is still about relationships.
Yep.
It's still about relationships and, doing this being a head coach 25 years, being on the other side of it for a couple, my Rolodex of relationships is pretty significant. And I think that's a big plus for our guys, having, the access to so many coaches like I do.
Yeah.
Coach, I know that whenever the game's over, Kim Winslow is down there and she tries to grab you for post. What is inside the huddle been like the last couple of days? Talking to the team since last Friday, letting them know, how close this is.
I think the biggest thing is I've tried to focus on the fact that confirming what I've been telling them all year.
Okay.
You go back to July. First of all, it's crazy to think about. We're sitting here in December. We practiced at team camp in July. This is the 6th month of the calendar that we have been having practices in. I mean, it's crazy. But all the way back in July, our number one goal was to make it to the state championship game. And we talked about things we would have to do to achieve that goal. And one of them was we had to get a significant amount of home playoff games. And because the last couple of years, it's just we've really put ourselves in a bind by having to constantly go on the road. And I remember at the first team meeting we had at team camp, we said, we can go win one or two.
Right.
We can't ask ourselves to go win a bunch of them.
Yeah.
And so that's what we've done. We got a bunch of home playoff games. Yeah, we got to go win one, but we can win one. And then the other part of it is we constantly talk back in September and, even August, September, October about, hey, Monday through Thursday isn't just for this Friday. Monday through Thursday is to get better so that by November, hopefully December, you're the best you can be because, you didn't waste any Monday through Thursdays. And so I think it's been good to just kind of be able to confirm what we've been saying. And one of the things we talked about, we've played, 3-4 really, really good football games. And it's not a coincidence that those 3 or 4 weeks have been our best weeks of practice. And I told them, it's great to learn from things when you do things wrong. And obviously you learn from your mistakes, but you can also learn when you do things the right way. You can also learn.
Sure.
And we've learned that, hey, if we practice a certain way and prepare a certain way, we're going to be really good on Friday. And so hopefully we can continue to learn that and continue to put forth that effort at the end of the week.
Yeah, it absolutely carries over, to what you do during the week, And you mentioned it earlier about your practice being, you get a late notice, hey, we're playing tomorrow. Normally Thursday's a walkthrough day, historically. Wednesday is a little bit of light contact, probably normally uppers, shoulder pads, helmets, whatever it is. But you said you combined your stuff a little bit today. So how did tell us a little bit about how that changed a little bit? You said you went a little lighter, but was it physically like a walkthrough?
Yeah, I mean, usually when you get to Thursday, you've run through everything a couple of times, and we hadn't done that because we didn't have Wednesday.
Yep.
So there were some things we really felt like we needed to do today. So we couldn't be as light as we usually would be on a day before a game. But we also didn't put shoulder pads on so that our bodies were fresh, and we didn't want to do any pounding or anything like that. So we did a little bit, the volume and the amount of time we spent today was a lot longer than a normal day before a game, but we also didn't do, the amount of probably
physical activity.
Exactly.
So it's more of a mental practice today.
No, we ran through stuff.
I got you.
You got to get time. You can't get timing down if you're not running through it.
Yeah. You can't simulate game speed.
No,
never.
So, yes.
Yeah. So, but I don't feel like there's anything we didn't hit.
Yeah,
So I think we're ready.
What has the response been from the town to what Clayton football was about this year?
You know what? If I could get out and get around, I'd probably have a better idea. Gosh, I haven't been able to get out much and be around very much.
Glad you're feeling a lot better than you were. It's
Yeah.
been down for about a month, it seemed like, for sure. So,
I've been locked in my office, constantly, so I haven't been able to get around. And the bad part is, you know what I was looking forward to doing? I was looking forward to going to the tree lighting tomorrow night.
That's right.
And now I'm missing that.
yeah, and actually the band, the Clayton High School
Is
Comets
playing,
Marching Band, will be playing at Cardinal Gibbons, and
they're
the
gonna miss it.
Clayton Police and Fire Department will now be the welcoming in for Santa Claus.
Okay, because that did change. Because I had sent Mark a text earlier today going, doggone, the band's going to be playing for Santa Claus, but I guess it's flipped over, which is good.
They're coming. And,
they know where their priorities are.
The band is so appreciative because
Santa Claus will be there next year.
Yes. And not only, the team and the band, when that band's there and they're playing, and you know this, Robbie, we've talked about it as well in the press box during the games, it just livens it up, right? It just gives it some of that exciting atmosphere. And we've experienced it more home. Now we're going to see what it's going to be like in, a different territory away on Friday night in Raleigh.
Yeah,
or Thursday night in Raleigh, tomorrow.
We obviously, tomorrow, again, I know the tree lighting's going on, but Christmas comes every year.
Yeah, exactly. So, you don't always get the regional final.
Exactly. We just got the tree up at my house, okay?
We don't always get to do this. So we really do need a great effort from our community tomorrow to make the trip up 40 and obviously get there extremely early because there's a Hurricanes game at the same time.
Yes.
So parking and traffic is going to be a mess. So please leave early. Please get up there, and these guys deserve it. I really do feel like our players deserve the support, and they deserve our town to come out tomorrow night because they have represented this town extremely well, and they have done a lot to take the name of Clayton throughout this, now throughout the state, and really represent it well. So they deserve the backing.
Yeah, and that's something that being also the PA guy at our home games, we've seen a little bit of an uptick recently in some of that stuff. But unfortunately,
I thought last week particularly was really special. I think in high school football, to me, the best night to host a game in high school football is the day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
I think the Friday night after Thanksgiving is the coolest night there is to host a game because of the amount of people that are home.
Yep.
That whole end zone we had last week.
It was slam
packed with alumni.
Yes, it was.
That was tremendous to be able to have all of the former players and alumni and there and packing the end zone and I just all the kids during Thursday at Thanksgiving talked about the game and their families, and so it's a real special night when you can have a home playoff game on Thanksgiving Friday, and that was a night those guys will never forget.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you look at you had them together for practice during the week, and then I know on Wednesday you had a special luncheon for them. Had a special guest there with Chris Archer.
Yeah.
A former Clayton athlete here in town. Chris has lived that C as well. He's done a great job. He was able to speak to the team a little bit, and you could just kind of see how the kids resonated, to what Chris was saying.
Well, it's just that whole day. Again, it's just what makes it special here for River Wild to, not only open up their facility but provide the kids a tremendous meal and to have Chris Archer, who's probably the most famous Clayton athlete ever.
Yep.
There to talk and it was a real special day. And I don't want to name names, but talking to one of our kids who had come from another school, him and I were walking back after lunch, and I asked him about what it was like at the other school because he played on Thanksgiving weekend last year, and he's like, yeah, we didn't do anything like this. He's
That's
like,
awesome.
We just went to practice and went home. And you could tell it meant a lot to him.
Got to make it be special for sure.
And
You have to.
I think
Still got a job to do, but you got to make it be special.
And again, that's why for us, the most important thing we try to do is give these kids a great experience. And again, just kind of, looking back and seeing how long these guys have been together now, it's crazy to think about, starting in July and you're sitting here, I guess tomorrow we're 3 weeks from Christmas tomorrow.
I mean,
Crazy.
We started Comets Football Weekly for season 3 here live at Vinson's Pub and Eatery mid-August. And one of the things you said is I want to be here Thanksgiving. I want to be here and play December football. And obviously it's December the 3rd, so we've accomplished it. I got one more question before we go to break, and then we got Kim Winslow coming up for our second segment. Want to let everybody know, if you're watching, we're going to record the Coach's Corner, which is normally live from the stadium during the All-State pregame kickoff. You're going to be watching it. You're going to be hearing it. It's just a segment that we record for game day, and that'll be coming up at the end of the show. So, got to ask you, a couple of weeks ago, Coach Gary Fowler was at the game, and he was able to speak to the players, and there was a nice TV article put out on Channel 17 about it. What did that mean, to have Coach Gary Fowler being there for
tremendous.
What you're doing?
Yeah, he's the gold standard, here in this town, and he continues to live here and pays attention. Texted me right after the game on Friday. He knows exactly what's going on, and again, everybody loves Gary Fowler. So I think it was great to have him there, and great for a lot of the former players to know he was here. And I think anytime he can come around, it really gives credence to what we're doing, to know that we have his stamp of approval.
Yeah, I know one of the things he said in the TV article, Robbie, was, after what I did at Clayton, I just stepped away. There's a lot of people in the Clayton and the Comets community that said, hey, man, Coach Gary Fowler, you're welcome to be amongst us anytime that you want to, for sure. I'm sure you let him be in the field house anytime he ever wanted to be there, for sure.
Listen,
too.
my ego is not one that I care. I don't.
Right.
I'm confident enough in who I am that I don't care who comes around, and I would love to have him around even more.
Yeah, and there's a special thing, like you said, with Coach Fowler. I coached with him for 9 years on staff. And then I had kids come up to the program as well, and to see kind of, as I called the introduction, I when he walked away, I said, "Thank you from the house that you built," and 28 years at the helm, literally, 5 head coaches, I believe, is what the number is, over the last 50 years, for lack of a better word, and what you're bringing to the table now. Quite honestly, 28 years from now, we'll be talking about what you're doing as well, Coach. And we appreciate you for what you're doing. I know I certainly do. I know the community, appreciates you. We're definitely going to try to get more out into the community and get more involved from that standpoint. I know that we've got the Touchdown Club that's really going to get more active next year. We obviously have the Athletic Boosters. So we're going to definitely try to turn some things on here in Clayton while you're at the helm, and try to get you some more W's.
And like I've always said, we have a bunch of kids that you can feel good about supporting. And I would never go out and try to get that support if I didn't feel like we had the kind of kids that, that do represent this town extremely well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Robbie, anything else, buddy? I know we're getting ready to go to commercial break, but you got a busy day tomorrow. You're going to get up early in the morning. You're going to the beach for work.
I wish I was going to the beach.
Yeah, you're going to Wilmington.
Going to Wilmington, exactly.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to it. For me, as well as for Aiden, a little bittersweet. I coached at Gibbons as well for 3 years, and Aiden played over there, as well. So to go over there and see what Clayton does, and I know we were there 2 years ago. I know there's a little bit of that let's get after it again. I'm so excited.
Lost by 2 points.
Yep, I'm so excited about what we're doing to go over there and have the opportunity to win a regional final and to play for a state championship. And so, Coach, again, it's just going to be a fun day. It's going to be an absolute blast to get over there, and hopefully 26 hours from now, about 9:30 at night, we're planning for the following week. But we got to take care of business tomorrow, get after it, play Clayton football, and I'm just so excited to be calling it on the radio with you, Wesley. So thank you for that.
It'll be a fun one for sure. Thank you. Robbie Worrell, everybody. We're going to step away and take a break. Playoffs edition, Eastern Regional Final tomorrow night. Raleigh Crusader Stadium, 7 o'clock kickoff. Pregame at 6:15. We are back with the coach and Kim Winslow's turn to talk to Coach Chadwick when we come back live. Vinson's Pub+Eatery, Comets Football Weekly.
I'm your overly competitive brother. I'm ready for a rematch. Game on.
I've been practicing. What, the cello? You want me to lower the hoop?
Foul.
What are you going to tell me again?
Foul. Yeah. Foul, bro.
Okay, take a free shot. Go ahead.
I'm about to get served.
Get Allstate. Save money and be protected from mayhem. Like me. Love you, Mom.
Wait till your father gets home.
Time out.
Listen up, get tight.
This is the most important timeout I've ever called.
Things are getting out of control out there, and we need to regroup.
Hate.
Hate is winning out there.
Not on these fields.
In our communities. On our streets. In our schools.
And we need to stop it.
So let's take this moment
To change the momentum.
and call a timeout.
On hate. Together. Together.
Eastern Technical Design Incorporated provides design and drafting services for commercial, industrial, and residential construction. Services include architectural renderings, preliminary plan design, as well as final construction drawings. These drawings include all the necessary structural, building, plumbing, and mechanical electrical plans as required to produce and deliver a finished building and/or structure. This company is proudly owned by LFRL's Tracy Brown. Eastern Technical Design. Contact them today at 252-245-1599 or email them at easterntechnicaldesign@gmail.com. Commercial, industrial, and residential construction. Eastern Technical Design is the perfect plan for your building needs.
Don't let biased algorithms or degree screens or exclusive professional networks or stereotypes, don't let anything keep you from discovering the half of the workforce who are stars. Workers skilled through alternative routes rather than a bachelor's degree. It's time to tear the paper ceiling and see the stars beyond it. Find out how you can make stars part of your talent strategy at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
Tomorrow night, 6:15 Eastern Time, because the people at Cardinal, they're not going to let us get onto the stadium until 5 o'clock. They told me I could park in the parking lot at 4:30, unload all of our equipment.
Do they have the roadblock not letting you into the parking lot?
They basically said they got a new. So since the last time we've been there, the last 2 years, Kim, they have a place now where actually the away grandstands have a parking area, and you can park like 150, 200 feet from the grandstand. And that's where they said we could park at. We can unload our equipment, we can be at the gate, but we can't go through the gate until 5 o'clock.
Wait, so that's important to know.
Yes.
Do the visitors have a separate parking area?
That's what he was saying. That's what Evan was saying on the phone. Yes, there is like an away grandstand area or a place where you can park, but then you got to go back to the main parking area. So I might need to get more of a clarification on it, but he said there is they built a new parking lot area since we were there 2 years ago. So.
Well, speaking of 2 years ago.
It might be where they let the buses go, Coach.
Yeah.
Like I said, speaking of 2 years ago, they always say, act like you've been there before.
Yes.
Cardinal Gibbons has been there, 5 of the last 6 years. The Comets faced Cardinal Gibbons in what was it, the third round 2 years ago?
Yes.
And I think before we could even blink, we were down 13-0. I think the first three offensive plays of Cardinal Gibbons were touchdown passes. And
one was defense.
No. One was the first one was a double pass,
That
and it
Aiden
was
Smalls
Aiden
threw.
Smalls
Yes,
through.
yes, it
Because I
was.
remember
Yeah.
I was kind of cursing him at that time. He also had another touchdown later in the game.
Touchdown reception.
Yep. So I was
Kim's probably got
cursing
a
him
book
then.
from 2 years ago with all the stats.
No,
in it,
and I do, but I don't know where it is. But I just remember it was ingrained in me that it was 3 offensive plays. We're down 13-0.
Wow.
And I think at one point in the second quarter we were down 27-7.
Correct.
Comets kind of fought their way back. Only gave up 3 points in the second half.
Yep.
Right. Right.
And like you said, lost by
by
2
points.
And some of that is again, act like you've been there, and obviously Cardinal Gibbons has been there. But you look back 2 years ago, and I look back at the roster from 2 years ago, there are some players that were part of that team.
Oh, certainly.
So
Yeah.
what kind of leadership or what have they told to this team? Because this team hasn't been there yet.
I mean, we haven't really talked a whole lot about it just because, to be honest, it's an awkward situation when, our best offensive player was playing on the other team. So,
believe me, I was cursing him then. I'm loving him now.
We haven't really talked much about it. Me personally, there are 3 things that I remember from that game. One, the fact that we got down so early, and the fact that we got down early kind of caused me to make some decisions that, had we not been down by a lot, I might not have done. We went for it in the red zone on 4th down, 3 times, where we got no points. And that's 3 possessions there where we could have gotten some points, but we were behind by so much that I thought we were going to need touchdowns. So otherwise, I might have tried a field goal here and there. We did miss a field goal in the red zone in the second half. And on our first drive of the second half, we fumbled inside the 20. So that's 5%.
Everybody, Coach
possessions in the
Chadwick's
red
getting
zone.
over having the pneumonia about a month. So
5 possessions in the red zone
that we didn't convert on.
We got 0 points. That's the 2 things I remember. The third thing I remember was we wasted an absolutely heroic effort from Jonathan Montague that night.
He was doing everything he could to bring that team back.
He carried the ball.
Number 10.
He had 400 and I think it was 470 yards of total offense that night. He carried the ball 41 times for 260 yards, and I think he threw for 200. It was just heroic. I had no idea until after the game was over, and I grabbed the stat sheet and saw that he carried the ball 41 times.
Did he really?
Yeah, he had 41 rushes that night. Just amazing. It was just an unbelievable performance by him. And, part of me feels like we need to go pay him back for that night that we didn't get it done when he had a legendary performance that night.
Yeah.
Well, and you said trying to get that back. Some people have said this is kind of the revenge tour of the Comets. One, trying to get that game back. Obviously, one of our losses this year was to Southeast Raleigh. Wanted to get that back, and I said this on the broadcast. I remember after that game ended at Southeast Raleigh, as everybody's walking to the bus, everyone said, "We'll see him again. We'll see him again. We have a chance to get that back," and you did.
I think we all felt when we left there that, okay, let's remember this. Let's think about this. Let's hope we get the opportunity to play him again. I think at the time when we thought that, we thought if we played him again, we'd probably have to go back there.
Right.
So it was nice to obviously be able to get that at home. And, we're a pretty good team at Nixon Fowler.
Well, talking about getting that back, obviously we've had 2 losses this year. You don't ever plan to lose, want to lose, but what did this team learn from those 2 losses that have got us here where we are today?
Well, I think the Hoggard game kind of exposed some things that maybe had been a little bit below the surface, maybe towards the top of the surface, but still below it. And I think Hoggard absolutely exposed them, and it forced us to make some drastic changes. It forced me to make some staff changes, and so in a lot of ways, the trip to Wilmington might have been the best thing that ever happened to us.
That's what I said.
Yeah, because
And Robbie, you were there. Y'all were there.
Yeah, we were there.
Yeah.
Had we not played Hoggard, and maybe had we played somebody that
A fluff team
Right.
that we killed,
that
you would never have
we
learned from
beat,
that.
we would never have learned that lesson, and we might still be floundering the way we were even the first couple of games.
Well, you talk about learning from those games. When you look at Cardinal Gibbons, they're very balanced overall. I mean, I looked up, I think total rushing yards this year, 2,333. Passing yards, 2,325. However, it looks like from game to game, it is either heavy pass or heavy rush. Obviously, the defense has to prepare for both. How does this defense prepare for that?
I think we just, we balance ourselves out to the point that we can manage to handle both of them, and then you adjust as the game goes on. I think that's one thing that obviously Bennett and Bennett and Eddie have really done a really good job of adjusting as the games go on.
Well, and you had mentioned, or we had talked about before, trying to prepare for these. You wanted to schedule opponents such that you would see just about everything you could by the time playoffs came around. I think just about everything has been thrown at you.
No doubt. Offense, we've seen every style and kind of offense possible. Again, our schedule, the fact that, 4 teams we played made it to the 4th round, and I think everybody but West Johnson and Triple S on our schedule won at least one playoff game.
Yep.
Which is that's kind of ridiculous.
It's a
when you think
testament.
about it.
And West Johnston went to the playoffs. The only team that didn't go was Triple S.
Yeah, and that prepared them for where they are today. When you look at those opponents, I look at the transient properties, common opponents, who played who. Obviously, the common opponents, Cardinal Gibbons has played several teams from our conference, whether it's Garner, Fuquay-Varina, Southeast Raleigh. They went 3-0. I think we went 3-1. You kind of look at the scores, you look at the balance of the offense and defense, and it's pretty similar.
I think you.
And can we say Garner gave them a fight last Friday night?
Oh,
I mean,
100%.
I mean, it was a field goal to win the game.
They needed the first down. They had the ball with the lead with, time running out. Just needed a couple first downs to win the game. So, but to answer your question, I think when our kids look at the common opponents, there's certainly nothing there that doesn't give us the right to believe that we've got a really good shot tomorrow.
So it's going to be a little cold tomorrow. Obviously, the game got moved up in order to avoid the rain. I was telling somebody I can deal with the rain. I can deal with cold. I don't like cold rain.
We don't like both, right? We don't like
but
both of it.
Tomorrow's going to, the temperatures will be cold. Last week, I feel like was our first real cold game. And there is an impact to the ball at that game. It's a little harder. It's a little slicker. Ball doesn't travel as far. We saw some kind of deep passes that maybe didn't carry as far as we wanted. Both sides had some, misses on the snaps with the punt. How does the weather affect going into the game, and how do you prepare for that?
I mean, I think the biggest way you prepare is you practice in it. We practice, as late as we can. Like today, we waited practice a little bit later so we would be out in the dark when it got cold. We've had practices this year where we've practiced in the cold and the rain. So I think that's the biggest thing is you just don't shy away from it. You practice in it and you try to get used to the elements, but you also you do some things to try to help mitigate it. Again, our guys at Riverwild, man, like I said it a million times, there's no greater partner to our program than Riverwild, and our guy Ed Aldridge had 4 heaters out there for us last week, and they'll be out there again tomorrow. So you do try to do some things to mitigate it, and our boy Rick Walker's got I think 80 pairs of hand warmers coming tomorrow. So
wow,
we got a lot of people that are that are helping.
Absolutely.
And that goes a long way. having that, you know what I'm saying, knowing that
Oh.
you're comfortable, knowing that you can be able to go
Hey,
and
I took
find
advantage of some of those heaters on the sidelines, and I had my hand warmers in my pockets. Penalties. When we look at earlier in the season, I felt like the Comets were kind of plagued with penalties, kind of clean that up a little bit. Cardinal Gibbons looks to be a very disciplined team. They're not going to hurt themselves, whether it's penalties, turnovers, etc. Last week, I felt like we kind of shifted back with some of the false start penalties, the offside penalties that had been uncharacteristic of the past few games. We saw when we got behind the chains with penalties, we struggled. As soon as we started with a clean first down, Comets were able to score. And a lot of those are mental. How do you, there's so much excitement about where the Comets are, but how do you keep it, contained so that mentally they're there?
I mean, I think we'll be fine. Just had some lapses a little bit during part of the game the other day, but for the most part, over the last month, we've been pretty good. And but like you said, we're not going to get any help from them. They're an extremely disciplined, fundamentally sound, well prepared football team. So anything we get, we're going to have to earn.
So just on the injury front, we saw, I think Malachi Burt was a little bit dinged up. He did come back in the second half. How was he?
He's practiced all week. He's
Excellent.
fine. Yeah.
And KK Rogers, when we talked about he was going to have surgery towards the end of the season. Well, the season's
that's
still
prolonging,
continuing.
isn't it?
And I think, if I remember, he was supposed to have surgery Friday.
He was supposed to
And
have
now
surgery
we're playing
Friday.
on Thursday.
So we thought he was not going to be available, and he is available.
Excellent.
Kalen Rogers, he's a freshman too, by the way.
And Nick Capozzi, he's a guy that I got to mention. If you saw what his ankle looks like, I mean, the fact that he has played on that thing for, the entire game last week. I didn't know how much he was going to play, if he was going to play at all. And he started the game, and I figured, well, he's probably, we'll get as much as we can out of him. And I looked halfway through the fourth quarter when we had scored. I was meeting with the offense, and I was talking about, hey, if we get the ball going to our 4-minute, and I'm looking at Nick's, and I looked at him, I said, are you still in the game? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, wow.
That's when you learn who has grit.
No kidding.
Who don't want to give up.
Just tremendous toughness that he has shown.
Right tackle number 74
has been. So I mean, I got to give him a special shout out because his toughness the last couple of weeks has just been tremendous.
Well, this is the time of year that you got to dig deep, and I feel like the Comets have. I just hope. Obviously, we're going over to West Raleigh. That Comet Nation travels.
Yeah, it's not
you
far.
Mentioned
it's not far.
There
right?
is going to be traffic issues. There might be. So get there early. Get your tickets online and get there and support the Comets because, boy, it's been a long time since we've been to this level. We talked about Cardinal Gibbons has been there 5 of the last 6 years. We've been there twice in the last 23 years.
And this is only the second time. This is the first time in the spring, in the fall.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah,
since 2002.
Yeah, we went to the Eastern Regional Final against Cleveland, and that was whenever they kind of condensed the bracket because of spring football. Yep. Yeah, if I remember, we went to Eastern Guilford and won in the first round, and the second round we went to Wilmington. Where did we go to?
West Brunswick.
West Brunswick, and then we played Cleveland, and then they had state. So.
But like you said, we started at home all of these games. This is our first playoff game on the road. We need Comet Nation to travel because this game is going to be who wants it more.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one. We are looking forward to it for sure.
I said I'm kind of glad it got moved up because I'm very antsy. I'm very excited for the game.
Well, and I can tell you right now, I just looked at the. I mean, I trust the Weather Channel from what I've been seeing. That's what I use all the time. And I can tell you right now, according to their forecast, it's going to be clear up until around 1 or 2 o'clock in the
Yeah,
morning.
we ain't playing that late.
We should be good. We should be good to go. Kickoff time tomorrow night. It should be about 47 degrees. Gets down to about 43 by 10 o'clock. Game should be over by then, and hopefully it's Clayton going to a state championship, Coach, for sure. Oh, and by the way, don't forget, the Community Radio Network is broadcasting 6 of the 8 state championship football games. All of the games on Thursday and Friday, beginning next Thursday at Keenan Stadium with the UNC, of course, football field. We'll be covering those games. I think one's at 4, the other's at 8 on Thursday and Friday, and then the other games at 5 and 8. Or 4 and 8 in Durham at Durham County Memorial Stadium, and that is where the Shaw Bears play. So, and I was telling Brandon Marie this.
We're going to be covering the Clayton Comets.
No, I know. Just give me a moment. I'm trying to get to my point. I was telling Brandon Marie this on the phone, and I said, I would really love it to be Clayton Comets at UNC for the 7A football title. Like, it would be really cool, for sure.
Yes. Was it 48 minutes we got to get through?
Yes. We'll see what happens.
Dig deep. And
Kim,
we're ready.
anything else?
No, I'm antsy. I'm ready. Let's get the game going.
All right. Well, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we will record the Coach's Corner, which is normally something that we do at kickoff pregame show on game day for tomorrow night. We will do it with the coach right here at the table in just a moment. Stay with us as we step away, let Coach take a rest, get some tea, and we'll have that here in less than 10 minutes.
No, we're not.
I'm a teenage girl. My BFF Becky texts and says she's kissed Johnny. Well, that's a problem because I like Johnny. Now I'm emotionally compromised and whoopsies. I'm all, OMG, Becky's not even hot. And if you've got cut rate insurance, you could be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate. You can save money and be better protected from mayhem like me.
Dollar for dollar, nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate.
Vinson's Pub and Eatery on 800 East Main Street has been a go-to destination for the Clayton Comets community and everybody of C-Town. Vinson's Pub and Eatery takes care of all of your food and beverage needs for weekly specials, appetizers, burgers, sandwiches, the entrees, the Vinson special salads. Hey, do you like the desserts? I do too. Side desserts, delicious beverages from soda products, sweet tea, and yes, even your adult beverages. Big screen televisions cover all the action with your favorite sporting events. And the home of Comets Football Weekly every Tuesday night from Vinson's Pub and Eatery. 800 East Main Street. Tell them the Community Radio Network sent you. Vinson's Pub and Eatery. Good food, good fun, and go Comets! Dubby Energy provides high-quality energy drinks with a blend of natural ingredients, ensuring a clean and effective energy boost without the crash, later, or even the jitters. Dubby Energy is committed to helping individuals stay energized and perform at their best. When you need to have a little energy boost without all the lag or fatigue, let Dubby Energy take care of your body today. Use the promo code CRN for 10% off of your order every time. Dubby Energy. Hey, it's Wesley Outlaw, the voice of the Clayton Comets on the Community Radio Network. We are excited for a new broadcasting season, and Vinson's Pub and Eatery is on board for another year. Located at 800 East Main Street in Clayton, Vinson's Pub and Eatery is the hotspot location every Tuesday night from August to November on the road to a state championship with Comets Football Weekly. Join Coach Scott Chadwick and myself, other CRN colleagues, dignitaries, the players, the coaches, the insight to the game before Friday Night Lights. Vinson's Pub and Eatery is where you need to be every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, for Comets Football Weekly. We're looking forward to having it live on the radio as always at wearecrn.com. But nothing compares to seeing it in person. Comets Football Weekly, CRN, Tuesday, Vinson's Pub and Eatery. Join us.
Fractions of a second can be the difference between victory and defeat at the finish line. America's favorite bull ring is back in action for a summer of Friday night NASCAR Regional Series racing. Tickets are just $15 and available online in advance at WCSpeedway.com or at the gate starting at 6 on race nights. Wake County Speedway, 10 minutes south of downtown Raleigh. WCSpeedway.com.
Look at you go. The one-trip grocery champ, snooze button resistor, master sock magic. We know the daily grind can be tough, but amidst the hustle, we see you conquer it all. And at Scooter's Coffee, we believe it's the little wins that deserve some big moments of joy. So go on, embrace that tiny triumph. You master parallel parker you. Take that victory lap and savor the sweet taste of success. Scooter's Coffee, you didn't just order it, you earned it.
And we welcome you to another edition of the Coach's Corner. It's always proudly presented by the fine folks at Vinson's Pub and Eatery and Clayton Chiropractic as we are getting close to kickoff here at Crusaders Stadium. Joining us as always is the coach, Scott Chadwick. Coach, I feel like we've gone through, 12, 13 of these this year. One we missed was you when you're under the weather, but we still had, Kim talk to you on the field before kickoff. Listen, you wanted to be coaching December football. You wanted Clayton in December football. You got that.
Well, we earned it. And these guys have earned it. They have really stepped up when it mattered the most. And I think as a coach, it's very gratifying to be able to get our guys to play this way at this time.
Clayton defeated the Southeast Raleigh Bulldogs last Friday night, 35-21. And, of course, they were ranked at number 7. Clayton is ranked at number 3 in the state bracket. Cardinal Gibbons Crusaders are number 1. They defeated, of course, the Garner Trojans 16-14 last Friday night to earn this opportunity to host the East Regional Final. But, Coach, this is a team that we're no strangers to. We played them 2 years ago. They beat us by 2. Obviously, I want to say, Mr. Bennett Jones, the defensive coordinator, has told me off the air several times. This is kind of like the revenge tour, but definitely we're ready for a good game against the Crusaders tonight.
Well, we feel like we match up well, and we feel like our strengths match up with their strengths, and I think it's just going to be a matter of who plays the best, and it comes down to special teams and who doesn't turn the ball over.
Cardinal Gibbons is 12-1 in tonight's contest. They lost one game earlier in the season back in September to Mallard Creek. Obviously, Clayton lost to Hoggard and obviously Southeast Raleigh. But since then, Clayton has been playing phenomenal football. One of the things you said, Coach, is you feel like if you didn't lose to Hoggard earlier in the year, you didn't realize what kind of things you needed to maybe work on with the team, with your coaching program, with the staff, and obviously to make it build up to be where you're at now for the East Regional tonight.
Well, it was definitely not just a loss, but a learning experience. We certainly learned a lot that night, and we made some changes. I made some changes, and, sometimes you have to take a step back to take some steps forward, and I think that's exactly what we did.
By the way, the Clayton Comets finished their second straight undefeated season at home. That's right, 2 years in a row, undefeated, 14 straight, and 23-1 in the last 24 games. Way to go, Coach.
Yeah, I tell you, it's something we're really proud of. Very proud of the way we play at home. Very proud of the way that our town comes out and supports us. And, we're a really good team at home. We take a lot of pride in that. Now, got to do it on the road tonight, though.
Hey, by the way, tonight, first time since the Comets have played in December since 2002. The last time the Clayton Comets went to the Eastern Regional Final, the semifinal for the state playoffs, one game away from a state championship. That was, of course, the third round in 2002 and 2021 when we had spring football during the COVID year. Cardinal Gibbons is in their fifth regional final in 6 years. So Cardinal Gibbons has been in it a lot longer than we have, for sure, Coach.
Well, I mean, they should be. They've got the right setup, and they've got the right, they've got every advantage to put themselves in that spot. So we're just trying to be where they are.
Hey, Coach, another thing that we're proud of is Clayton football has a third straight 10-win season. The last time that happened was in 89, 90, 90. You think about those numbers, 1989. Last time the Comets won a state championship under the 2A classification with Coach Gary Fowler. You've done it now in, obviously, 23, 24, and 25. So big congrats to you and the team.
Yeah, I think it's, again, says a lot about where our program is to have 3 straight seasons like that, and something our seniors can be proud of. They're going to leave here with hopefully a little bit more, but at least right now 31 wins over the last 3 years.
Obviously, another thing is the strength of schedule. 7 of the Comets' opponents advanced to the third round of the playoffs, and by the way, 3 of the 4 teams that was remaining in the West, or the East, in the playoff quarterfinal last week were Greater Neuse River 7A teams.
Yeah, I think unbelievable. No question that we had the best 7A league in the state. No doubt about it.
What is it? I mean, obviously the goal, go to state. 1 game away from that becoming a reality, Coach, against Cardinal Gibbons tonight. But what does it mean to you being the anchor of the Greater Neuse banner, if you will, winning the conference championship, but obviously being the top conference football team left of the year?
I mean, I think it's just more about how we represent ourselves and our town so much more than the conference.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I mean, I do think I do think we do take a lot of pride, in our conference. A lot of good football has been played there.
Have you looked at game film from 2 years ago against Cardinal Gibbons? Is there things that are they're a different team, obviously, than what they were 2 years like Clayton is, right?
I mean, they have the same coaching staff. They run the same systems, no doubt about it. But I'll be honest with you, that loss is too painful for me to turn around and watch too much of it. I think that's why it was kind of ironic that Jonathan Montague was here so much last weekend and was a part of what we did, because boy, that guy was pretty phenomenal here 2 years ago.
Coming out onto the tunnel, Nixon Fowler, day after Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Football Friday. What did that mean to you and the team last week?
Just a night and a moment that those kids will never forget, and a great moment for them. We've had quite a few of them so far, and hopefully we get another one tonight and give these guys the opportunity to play for a state championship next week.
Road game. Do you feel like Clayton's in the mindset, the team's ready to go for this road game?
Yeah, I mean, our whole goal, to this point was, we can play 1 or 2 road playoff games. We didn't want to be in a situation where we had to play a bunch of them. So we're fine. We can play a road game here.
Real quickly, injuries, updates, anybody that we are going to have on the bench, or anybody that could be able to play that we're maybe behind on IR?
We're extremely healthy. Nick Capozzi's playing with a really badly sprained ankle, but that sucker's going to tough it out again. And, we got a break playing tonight that KK Rogers, our third running back who plays a lot, is having surgery tomorrow. So we're glad that we get him for an extra game.
Coach, what does it mean for the town, the team, the community to be behind you and these players as the legacy for Comets football of the 2025 season is nearing the end, right? Everything comes to an end, but Clayton is so close to having such a monumental ending for sure, whatever the outcome is.
Yeah, I mean, we're proud to represent this town, and we hope that we've done them proud, and we're excited to wear the C, and we're excited to represent what that C means. And we'd love for the opportunity to do it in a state championship game.
Coach, thank you so much for your time. Obviously, we hope we are having Kim chat with you on Crusader Stadium, and hopefully it's on the road to a state championship next Thursday or Friday night.
I would love that.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Coach, that'll do it, man. Thank you so much. I'll let you get on out of here because you got to get your food. But if you want to tell our radio audience, obviously, one little final word before you do pack her up and get on out of here, what it would mean to have this place full in the grandstands at Crusader Stadium in less than 24 hours, Coach.
Like I said before, these guys deserve the support. They deserve to have a big crowd out there tomorrow night. They have represented this town tremendously this whole season, and I just hope that we get that support tomorrow night.
And I want to tell you that I know the basketball people wanted to tell you thank you very much. I told Kim jokingly the other night, I said, we had a Scott Chadwick sighted. I saw you poke your head in there a couple of times checking out the basketball game.
I just kind of had to talk to Miss Hubbard about moving this game, so that was where I needed to find her.
I got you. Well, thank you for allowing us to change dates around.
Then I went back to my office and did work.
There you go. Well, Coach, get you a good night's rest, and we see you on the field tomorrow night, sir.
All right.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Coach Scott Chadwick. Thank you very much to Kim Winslow as well as Robbie Worrell, and he will get himself a good night's rest after getting some delicious food from Vinson's Pub and Eatery. We will do it tomorrow night. Pregame at 6:15, All-State pregame kickoff, Coach's Corner, and the game at 7 o'clock with, of course, our amazing crew of the Community Radio Network. You heard from some of them tonight. Robbie Worrell, Kim Winslow, Mark Coates, Jackie Posey will be there on production, Braxton Cutchin, as well as yours truly. And I'm enjoying this ride as much as anybody else is. Thank you so much, as always, to everybody at Vinson's Pub and Eatery. We wanted to get you out of here at the top of the hour so Coach could rest. We've done that. And remember, I want to let everybody know, besides coverage on the Community Radio Network, you can watch the game streaming at NFHS Network. I've had some people message me and ask me directly. Thanks, Coach. See you tomorrow. NFHS Network. You can go to NFHS Network, become a streaming partner. You can see the game. That's the only way to see it. Hear it on the radio on CRN 87.9 FM in the stadium location in the Raleigh area, and we are CRN.com. Thanks as always to Coach Scott Chadwick, Melissa Hubbard, John Esmusson, Joe Mott, everybody with Comets Athletics. Thank you also to the boosters, Brian Hale, Daniel Bird, Shantae Woodard. For Coach Scott Chadwick, I'm Wesley Outland. See you in Raleigh tomorrow. It's going to be a good one. Crusaders, Clayton, go Comets. Good night.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent. We hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
I'm a student athlete, which means I'm still learning.
I'm still growing.
I'm getting important lessons about perseverance, teamwork,
determination, respect, and dedication through playing sports at my school.
Mom, Dad, Coach, in a few years,
I'll probably forget a lot of the details, but I won't forget the lessons I learned
from the way you act towards my teammates,
coaches, referees, and other fans.
What kind of lesson do you want me to learn? I'm watching.
Sportsmanship, together we make the right call.
This message has been brought to you by the North Carolina High School Athletic Association.
Like, follow, and share the Community Radio Network via social media, Facebook at CRN, Community Radio Network. Also, check us out on X, Instagram, and TikTok at CRN Sports. As always, remember to listen to the games live on your radio dial at 87.9 FM and anywhere worldwide, always at wearecrn.com. This is CRN, the Community Radio Network. This is the Community Radio Network, WCRN, 87.9 FM, Clayton, Garner, Smithfield, North Carolina. Proud to be in the USA. We are CRN.